Before starting the presentation, I will just give a brief background of MREI, what MREI is. Many of the listeners who have joined us in this webinar and participants are very well aware about MREI. MREI is the National Association for Recyclers, representing ferrous metals, non-ferrous metals, plastic, paper, tire, e-waste. We have more than 1,200 members worldwide. And if I say worldwide, yes, we have members from US, UK, Canada, Japan, China, and many other parts of the world. In India, we are represented by more than 20,000 small, medium, and large enterprises. And all those enterprises are directly and indirectly employing more than 25 lakh people. The biggest and the best part of MREI is what we do a lots of licensing with Government of India. So the topic of the today's presentation, the Atmanirbhar Bharat, is what MREI is doing with the government from last 8-10 years. Is just, I can say, MREI works along with Ministry of Steel, Ministry of Mines, Ministry of Environment, Forest, Ministry of Commerce, DGFT, and like many more ministries and departments we are dealing with on day-to-day basis, like customs and all, to make policies which are like in favor of recycling industry. Whatever problems our recycling member face in day-to-day business or in policy related issues, we take it up with the government. MREI also works very closely with various international associations like ISRI, BMR, CMRA. These are international associations. Apart from this, MREI also work with FICCI, CII, ASSOCHAM in India, and many other regional associations which are into recycling, like Bombay Metal Exchange, Bombay Non-Ferrous Metal Exchange, Ahmedabad Non-Ferrous Metal Exchange, many plastic e-waste associations as well. Going ahead, as you all are aware that what recycling do and how we human beings are utilizing the resources in so much of amount that it is causing a lot of harm to our nature earth. Many people are trying to protect it, and but somehow negative effects are there on the earth, Mother Earth. What is happening is MREI is working with this government from last 10 years, yes. And in this 10 years, I can say the government is very receptive towards the policy. Whatever policy we take to the government, whether it is related to plastics, paper, ferrous, non-ferrous waste, the government is trying to promote circularity, trying to promote recycling, trying to do justice for what they want in India. Just for your information, I'll just make you all aware that in India, the availability of resources, if I talk about resources, is scrap. Here I'm talking about scrap. The availability of scrap in India is very less, because as you all are aware, in our households as well, if anything is discarded, we try and keep it in our stores. This tendency of ours has made things little unavailable. Also, the quality of scrap which we get in India is not of the best qualities. That is why, if I say our dependency on imports is too much for non-ferrous metals, as well as a very little for ferrous metals, and yes, for paper, plastic, we are too much dependent. So how government is working to make how government is helping to make all this material available? For this, government has taken various beautiful steps in framing policies. Niti Aayog, if I talk about, Niti Aayog is working with MREI, with various ministries from last 4 to 5 years. They have been trying to implement resource efficiency policies. They have been trying to implement national material recycling policy. Now they are working on circular circular economy policy. Apart from that, there are various ministries like Ministry of Road Transport and Highway. The biggest imports in our country is, if I say as on date in scrap, is of plastic scrap as well as of metal scrap. With end of life vehicle policy, the main objective of the government is to reduce those imports. And even at MREI, we support this thing. We try, we are working very closely with government. We are providing maximum suggestions, maximum support to the government so that the imports in India reduces, and availability of good quality of scrap is there in the country, so that people can do more and more recycling, do more and more circular economy thing. Apart from this, government has come up with various EPR policies. Like government has come up with EPR in plastic waste, e-waste. Now, very recently, some document has come on EPR on tire waste as well, but I think that document is in public for their comments. What all this is, all this is that how more and more waste can come back to the main channel and it can get converted into a good product. This is what government has really looked upon. Also, our Honorable Prime Minister in the Glasgow Convention has considered to reduce the carbon emissions to zero. Only and only way is through circular economy. This can only be achieved through circular economy. BIS is working very closely with government and with recycling fraternity, that minimum recycling content should be promoted, so that more and more products which are being made out have maximum recyclable content, so that it can again and again recycle. This all is being done by our government. Government is playing a very important role in pursuing sustainability and also making new products. It is also good that we reuse all our products and promote and more recycling. As you all are aware that the recycling provides various environmental benefits. It saves or conserves your natural resources, saves energy, builds strong economy. The biggest contributor to recycle to the employment as on date, I'll say, is the recycling industry, because we provide job to all those kabadiwalas. We provide jobs to all those people who are blue collar job holders, the weaker section. The maximum number of people whom we provide job is through recycling. Government is working very closely, as I think I have covered all these things, that government has come up with end of life vehicle policy. Ministry of Mines has come up with national material recycling framework. Ministry of Steel has come up with steel scrap policy. See, the biggest thing is people will ask why so many policies and nothing has been implemented. It takes some time to get policies implemented. Policies are not meant for like 2 years or 5 years. Here, whatever the policies have been made by the government is a vision of 20 years. Let us wait for another 4-5 years and see what all these policies are going to provide India, and how India will become Atmanirbhar. I think I have covered all these things. Thank you so much. And with this, government with recycling, I feel that government is doing a lot, but there are many challenges in the recycling industry, which I will just touch upon. The recycling industry, like ferrous industry, is being ferrous and non-ferrous, like metals recycling industry, is being triggered by customs duty. Always there is a custom duty. Nowhere in the world the custom duty is there on import of ferrous and non-ferrous metals. GST is on the higher side on these scraps. MRA has represented a lot with the Government of India, Ministry of Finance, to reduce this GST. Apart from this, the availability of raw material is too low. We are working with government on various policy fronts. Let us see, maybe within 1 year or within 2 to 5 years, the availability will increase. Just for information, the availability of ferrous scrap is around 90%, which is very nice. And this has happened in last 5 to 6 years. But the availability of non-ferrous scrap is around 30-35%, which needs to improve a lot. And for that, our per capita consumption of non-ferrous metals needs to improve. Slowly and steadily, we are moving towards Atmanirbhar Bharat, and let's see how government supports and comes up with different policies for supporting us. Thank you so much.